What it is, what it do, cyber world. It is your girl, the one and only Ash Said It, ashsaidit.com, ashsaidit.com. Welcome to the Ash Said It Daily Podcast Show. I appreciate you guys for all of your love and support. Over 1,100 episodes and 500,000 streams worldwide would not be possible without you guys, so I thank you so very much. Today, I am joined by the wonderful Joy Stephenson-Laws. Hello, Joy.
Hello, Ashley. How are you today? Exciting.
I am excited. I'm talking to a very busy lady who's done some monumental things. So, yes, I am super excited.
It's great to be on the show with you.
Awesome.
I love what you do too. So I guess you have we mutually admire each other.
Thank you. So, Ms. Joy, let our audience know, where are you from? Where do you represent?
I was born in Jamaica, but I've been living in California for over 40 years. And I'm an attorney by trade, a healthcare attorney who learned a lot about healthcare for a while and then decided to practice also wellness care. So it's one of those journeys where you use your profession to propel you to do other things that you ordinarily wouldn't think of doing.
Gotcha. So, and when you were a kid, when you were a child, what was your dream career? Did you always want to be an attorney?
No, in fact, I come from a family of medical professionals, so I was supposed to be a doctor. I was pre-med, and I realized in my final year of college that I didn't really like some of the subjects. So much to the disappointment of my family, I decided I was going to do law, but I promised them that I would do something in the healthcare field so that they wouldn't feel bad that I, neglected to do something in the medical field.
So as you change your mind, as sometimes we do, sometimes it happens, we make those changes, and you decided to focus more on law. What were some of the obstacles that you were facing, some of the struggles?
Oh my gosh, do we have time to talk about that?
We got just a little bit. We can just sample, just a little sampling.
Well, let me talk about the internal struggles. I think one of the biggest things one of the biggest hurdles I had to overcome was just staying healthy and focused on studying and getting where I needed to go, because emotional support was somewhat lacking. I could talk about that a little bit more, but down the road. But the biggest hurdle was how to stay focused and get to where you want to get to without being sidetracked. Because at the age when you're making those decisions, it's really easy to get sidetracked and focus on other things. So that was the biggest issue.
That's the biggest issue. Wow. Okay, so as you finish school and you're still kind of building life and you're figuring your own little steps and how things are going to be, how did you find balance? How did you find balance in life?
Totally by accident. I'm going to be honest, because there's nobody to teach you these things, especially as a young minority person coming up. So I had to literally learn that by myself. I read a lot, which helped, and I looked at what others were doing, but the way others lead their lives may not really be the same way you want to lead your life to get balanced, because different people do different things to balance themselves.
Right.
So I just picked and choose different habits that different people had. Some people did, for example, they did yoga to focus and find balance. Some people had special diets. I ran. I would exercise a lot. I was an athlete earlier in my life, so my mom told me not to use that as a means as a livelihood. She said, but do it to keep yourself fit. So I would run and exercise to keep myself in shape. And what I noticed is that it also gave me focus and it balanced me at that point in my life. So I would say exercise or just trying to stay healthy was what I used to propel me forward.
Love Loving that. All right, you guys. So we're going to take a brief break. When we come back, we're talking more with Miss Joy, and we're going to talk about her nonprofits a bit, and of course, her wonderful words of wisdom. She's going to leave y'all with some gemstones. So hang tight, and we will be right back. Did you know that some foods can cause weight gain, body aches, and extreme fatigue? These are just some of the symptoms of food intolerance. Well, what is food intolerance? Food intolerance can occur when the body cannot properly digest certain foods. This can result in acid reflux, migraines, and so many other painful issues. How do you find out what foods are causing this irritation? It's easy. Pinner Test. With 500,000 satisfied clients worldwide, Pinner Test is the #1 way of identifying foods that may be causing discomfort. This simple at-home kit is easy to use with results usually within 2 weeks via email. It's that simple, all right? What are you waiting for? Go visit pinnertest.com and use my special promo code AshSaidIt for your discount today. Welcome back to the Ash Said It Daily podcast show. Today we're talking with Miss Joy Stephenson-Laws. So, Miss Joy, I want to talk about how you found the courage and the sanity, because, being an attorney is a lot. That encompasses a whole lot, and having a practice is a whole lot. How did you start your nonprofits in conjunction with this?
So, I guess my best response to that is just life, because things happen to you in life where you whether or not it's a part of your practice or outside in your family setting, where you realize, if you don't do something, you're probably not performing a service to mankind. So it's not something that, if you had asked me a couple of years ago whether or not I would be doing what I'm doing now, especially as it relates to the nonprofits, I probably would have told you no. I wouldn't know what I would be doing. But the experiences you have, family members getting sick, partners getting sick and dying around you, or your kids giving you problems, or things happen. And when those happen, it forces me to go do some research, because that's all I know. Because I don't like to just take advice without having some basis to make an informed decision. So I guess being an attorney taught me how to go look things up and find credible information to make decisions. And so as people started to get sick around me, and my mom died, and I saw what she had to go through, these are things that, pushed me to doing something different than what I ordinarily would have done. And those were really the foundation for the nonprofits that I have. The Billy Project was formed when my law partner of over 15 years died from a rare cancer, bile duct cancer. And it forced us to go figure out what this thing is and how we can avoid it, because we never heard of it before, and he had routine physicals, and it just didn't show up. So we had to go learn more about it, and then we formed a nonprofit to address the issue. So we partner with UCSF here in San Francisco to find markers for this cancer so that other people wouldn't have those issues. And as it relates to proactive health labs, that was just a result of just, family and kids and all the issues that face you in life. And most of it is health related, where you have to figure out how do you balance yourself. And one of the things that I recognized is it's not only exercise that balances you, it's also nutrition. And as I had to go through my own life experiences, being over 40, and you get through that part in life where they tell you all these things are going to happen to you once you get to a certain age, I was just determined not to have whatever they say is supposed to happen. So that led to a lot of research, and that's how Proactive Health Labs was formed. So what we do, or what I do at Proactive, is just make sure that we put information out there and just make people aware that when it's all said and done, our lifestyles play a huge role in how healthy we remain, and nutrition and activity plays a big role, and it's all about being balanced. And if we are capable of balancing ourselves, we will be physically and mentally healthy, and at least we'll do our best in maintaining health or good health, and the rest will take care of itself. And if we get sick, then we're more likely to get better quicker if we're healthy. But if we're not healthy or if we're not balanced and then we get sick, which we all do inevitably, then it's gonna take a longer time for us to get better, and we're gonna just not be well. So that's pretty much what the nonprofits are about.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for, whatever inspiration, pushed you toward these things. As these are all movements and all great ideas that we need to be aware of. So I tip my hat to you and your team for pulling that together, because I know that it's a lot. I know it's got to be a lot to take that on. You've done it definitely.
You just have to have the motivation to get it done. But it's a lot.
Yes.
Something has to motivate you to get up like at 4 o'clock in the morning to do something that you would not ordinarily do.
Yes, absolutely. Now, last but certainly not least, what advice can you offer to any woman out there that has a dream on her heart, but she just hasn't acted out on it yet?
Well, one of the best advice that I could give is to make sure that as a woman, whatever your goals are, that you educate yourself about your health so that you can put yourself in the best position to achieve what it is that you need to achieve. I think we can achieve anything we want to achieve, but we have to figure out a way to stay healthy to do it. And by healthy, I don't mean that we need to be a certain weight or that we need, we need. It means that we need to figure out how to balance ourselves, balance our lives, or physical and mental being, so that we're capable of performing whatever task is put in front of us, or whatever we want to achieve. And we do that by just getting the knowledge about nutrition. And by nutrition, what I mean is, in a nutshell, if I were to break it down really simply, there are 6 basic nutrients that we need to live, and they have to be balanced. And we need to breathe air into our system to burn those nutrients. And once we figure out how to get those in balance and balance ourselves, then we'll be in such a good frame of mind to do whatever it is that we need to do. But it first starts with us. We have to figure out how to balance ourselves so that we can be effective leaders or mothers or whatever it is that we want to do. But it starts with us.
It starts with us. Miss Joy, thank you so much for coming through today. I appreciate you for blessing us with those words of encouragement and those positive affirmations for my peoples out there on a global scale. So I thank you so much for joining us today. Let us know the best way to get in contact with you in your office, and maybe if people want to help and volunteer, how do they get involved?
Sure, just look. We're online. Our website is phlabs.org. That's P as in Paul, H as in Happy, Labs, Labs, phlabs.org, or proactivehealthlabs.org. And you can find out all the information about us, how you can help us, if you want to volunteer, whatever you want to do. If you want us to come and talk to your group, we're there to help. We have a ton of information on the website, healthy information about how you can lead a better life, and it's not things that will happen as we age, what we need to look for so that we can avoid whatever pitfalls await us as we get older.
Yes, absolutely. Well, thank you so much, Joy. We appreciate you. Much more success 2018 and beyond. We're going to claim that. It's already written.
Thank you so much.
and thank you guys so much for all of your love and support. Keep in mind, anyone to tell you that you can't do what you want to do, you look them square in the face and tell them, don't believe me, just watch. Watch what I do. Watch me make it happen. Watch me make history. That's what we're doing this for. We're doing this for the history books. Social media is nice, but real life is way better. Until next time, you guys.